Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and here it is. This is the Rubicante solo of a Shinryu, and I'm going to say we stomped this thing very hard. Now here's the thing with like doing solo or dual runs. A lot of times these things for players are like, oh, it's like a challenge. It's like a fun thing to do, like see if I can get it done with like not as my characters. Well, Rubicante, this is almost like the premium way to run this guy. I'm going to say this, not only do we beat this, we annihilate it, and it's very quick. It's not even like it's long and drawn out. I think my actual record time, so this is, I'm talking over a pre-recording. I think my pre-recorded video was like 7 minutes. So 7 minutes is pretty fast for a Shinryu fight. We'll just say that. So what I'm doing with Rubicante there is we're using his Absorb Blizzara or whatever to basically force charge, right? So why not? Let's force charge a little bit. And then we pop the LD there, and then we're going to go actually into BT phase. Now the reason why I go into BT phase, so I used LD first because it gives you a free skill use, so then we can do Absorb Blizzard at a force charge, and then I can do LD again, and then I can force charge again. So Rubicante is kind of different in that, like, when you use his burst phase, you can actually use it like this, go into it early and just force charge a whole bunch with it. And the reason why is because his on-turn damage actually isn't that good. But in a fight like this, I want to just get into it quick. So the sooner I can get his force up and his BT effect up, the better, because he's going to be double countering. And when you go into the burst phase like this, you're going to get the BT effect up right away. And then you still have the green BT effect to use later on if for some reason it runs out. But with how little turns this guy gets, his BT effect will never run out. And the reason why using him solo is better, yeah, we're missing out on a lot of auras from other characters, but those other characters honestly just get in the way, and they tick down your force gauge, when in reality, Rubicante just wants to sit there forever. I'm pretty sure what we do in this video, I don't remember how it exactly ended, but I'm pretty sure the fight ends and our force turn is still at 10. So we'll put it that way. We pop the force, and we're still at turn 10 when the fight is over. So that just shows you how crazy this guy is. So it really showcases him well. By the way, I did move on from the hobo gloves. I went ahead and put, I think that says EX gloves with like the blue flames. I really like that one. But it was pretty funny during the live stream. I'm like, what if we just gave him like these brown hobo gloves? It was kind of funny. So if you guys noticed in the character guide, he had like the brown hobo gloves on. It was pretty funny. All right, so now we're double countering because we have BT effects. We got Fire-A and then Fire-Aga. The other thing about the enemies attacking a lot is it does push up our gauge. Now, I decide I might as well just go into force here, because look at all the enemy turns coming up. And I know I'm eating up 2 burst turns, or you know, 2 of my burst aura. I don't care, because I know we're not going to need all those turns. So now we go FR, and basically the game is in auto mode. So with Rubicante around, you don't actually play DFFOO anymore. Rubicante plays DFFOO for you. He streamlines it. He makes the game super easy. You didn't realize it, but DFFOO's an AFK game. Look at this, because the other thing, remember when Rubicante does his FR, he delays himself. Look at the hundreds of enemy turns. Look at all those enemy turns. We can't even see Rubicante's turns, and the enemies are just impaling themselves, and they're just pushing my gauge up every time. Every single time. Look at this. Look at this, man. And you're going to see, we take on HP damage. He's not like Gladio, where he takes zeros. But what he is because his FR effect is up, if they happen to throw him below 50%, he just re-heals up, and he's got last stand. So he's incredibly hard to kill. If the enemies can't, the enemies literally have to like back-to-back hit you before that can all react for him to die. Because even if you got hit down to 1 HP with your last stand, his force is going to instantly heal him back up to 50%, and then his last stand will reactivate. Not to mention, we gave him Minwu on the sphere, so we're healing a little bit back with each counter. So even if we healed up to 50 and it technically needs to be 51, say for the last stand, we'll just heal up on the first counter and we're good. And the reason why the healing off turn is really nice with this Minwu sphere is that we still want to meet an HP requirement for the fight. So you can see, we've had moments where we were down a little bit, but over time we just heal it all back up. Unless the enemies are constantly HP damaging us, we're eventually healing it back, even with just what we're getting from the sphere, right? That Minwu sphere is very good here. Look, by the way, guys, we're still on turn 10, okay? And these enemies were at like full health. Our force gauge is still at 10. Just keep that in mind. It has not ticked down. I don't even know if I want to run Rubicante. Look, see there we almost died. Didn't matter. Healed all the way back up. And if it would have been lethal damage, we would have still had 1 HP anyways. So yeah, he definitely will take damage, but his kit is designed so well that this man just can't die. It's kind of crazy. Like, outside of like a straight up auto kill, like this guy is very hard to kill. And I don't know, I might just for memes like do solo runs with this guy moving forward. Because even in non-aggressive fights, being that he's only one character and he delays himself, like no matter what the fight is, the enemies are going to get plenty of turns. So yeah, we're just auto mode. Like I know I'm commentating over a replay, but I wouldn't have to be touching my phone at all right now. Like he's just going. He's just going, going and going and going. And here's the thing. When Rubicante actually does get a turn, we have an echo to use. So that's what's even more busted. We can pop the echo at a very high percentage, which will do very good damage. And we will not tick down the force gauge. Look at this guy. So this is how these counter teams work, right? It's not like Tifa where it's like, oh my god, 70 million damage in one turn. But the volume of attacks this guy is doing. And the damage, like, okay, 3 mil AoE, it's not insane. Especially at 700%, but look at, and then the second counter's at 6 mil. So he's countering, like you combine both the counters, he's doing like 10 mil counters. And these enemies are melting away. Like nothing. Like nothing. I kind of want to take him into the Squall fight because that one is super, super tanky. And see if we, I can't imagine we would lose. I think he would just kill him, right? I don't know. That might have to be my second video on this guy, Rubicante. But yeah, I think other allies just get in his way. Look at this. They're just melting away. So I think we did echo actually earlier. I must have missed it because yeah, they I know we echoed and then look dead. So we were on turn. We hadn't even expended a force turn by the time like he was about to take a legit turn, and we were basically at cap. So that's 10 full turns at 999% we would have had anyways, but he would have just attacked once and then done so much counter damage. Dude, is Rubicante busted enough? If you all weren't convinced before, man, just take this guy into solo, or look what I just did with this single guy. Also, he's a really good budget character to help you with like Dimension's End or like Dare to Defy. Like he's a singular character you can just toss into a fight and win, and then you have a lot of roster space to do other stuff for lockouts. So anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think of Rubicante. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.